Hi, today we'll talk about the IBFX instrument monitor. Once you've downloaded the setup file from IBFX.com, go ahead and just double click on it and follow the on-screen instructions. The first screen you'll get is the welcome message. Just click on next. Then the user license agreement, make sure to read it and then select I accept. Click on next. And then the destination folder. By default you shouldn't have to change anything here unless you've installed your MT4 platform in a different folder or on a separate drive. Click on install and then click on finish. When it's done, just bring up your MT4 platform, go to your navigator window here to the left and expand the custom indicators list. Scroll down until you find IBFX instrument monitor and then just drag and drop the indicator on top of your chart. Now click on the inputs tab and look at the options available. That first option is really just a label, so don't worry about it. And then the time frame. What time frame do we want to use to calculate our indicator? Right now it's set to 60 for 60 minutes, which means we're looking at a 1 hour time frame. If I wanted to do 4 hours, I would have to type in 240. If I wanted to do a daily, I would have to type in 1440. And then I have options to display the US dollar value, which is set to true right now, to display the euro, and I'm going to set all the other currencies to false. So British pound, Japanese yen, Swiss franc. And this indicator doesn't yet include the new more exotic currency pairs that Interbank FX offers on their demo account, and we'll update the indicator to include the Mexican peso and the zloty and all those other currencies when all those currencies will be available for the live platform or for the live accounts. Then the next options are really just cosmetic options. You can select the font you would like to use and then the font size. If you have a hard time seeing the indicator, just type in 20 here to double the size of the font. And here you can select the colors so that they match your current chart theme. I'm going to click on OK. And so right now I've only selected US dollar. So at the top right corner I only see US dollar with a red dot. What that red dot tells me is that right now the US dollar is losing strength against most other currencies. If you look at your market watch on the left, you'll see all the currency pairs you have available to you. Well, some of them include the US dollar in it. Sometimes the US dollar is the main currency, where it's on the left on USD JPY. Sometimes it's the secondary currency like Euro USD. So what we do is we use the current price on Euro USD and compare it to the price at the beginning of the hour. And in this case I'm saying at the beginning of the hour because our time frame was 60. It would have been at the beginning of the day if our time frame was daily and so on. So at the beginning of the hour, if the price was less, then it means the euro went up, which means the dollar went down. So I'm counting, well, -1 for the dollar. The dollar is losing against the euro. And I'm going to do the same thing with the USD JPY. I'm going to say, okay, the current price compared to the price at the beginning of the hour on USD JPY is lower. Well, the US dollar is losing strength there as well. So I'm doing, -1 again, so I'm at -2. British pound US dollar. The British pound US dollar current price is, let's say, less than the price at the beginning of the hour. So it means that on this currency pair, the US dollar is gaining strength. So I'm going to add +1 for the dollar, but I'm still at -1. So I keep a count for each currency, whether it's a -1, meaning the US dollar is losing, or a +1, the US dollar is winning. And at the end of the count, if the count total is greater than 0, then I'll place a blue or a green dot saying that the US dollar is gaining strength. If it's less than 0, then obviously that currency is losing strength against the other currencies. I'm going to bring up the other symbols. So I'm going to go to indicators list, double click on the indicator, and I'm just going to click on reset. It'll go faster. So it's going to do this for each currency I select to display. Now one of the things people get confused about is USD is next to Euro and next to CHF. It's got nothing to do with the correlation system. So you need to look at these really one at a time. They're all separate indicators. So right now it's telling me the US dollar is on average losing strength and the Euro's gaining strength. How is this useful? Well, it's useful if you're about to place a long order on the Euro dollar, and a short order on the Euro dollar, and you see that the US dollar for the last hour has been losing strength across the board. Might not be the best time for you to place that order. So it really gives you a quick snapshot of how the currency is doing against all the other currencies. Also, the fact that there's 4 on the side here and 4 on the side here doesn't mean anything. It's just a list. Instead of having 8 symbols listed one after the other in one column, it's just been split up in 2 columns. Sometimes you'll see the indicator change colors quite quickly. Well, it means that the currency is actually at about break-even point, and that every time there's a tick in one direction, it changes the value of the indicator. So if, for example, I'm looking at US dollar and it keeps going back up and down between green and red, it means that right now it's really in the middle, and it's not trending, or it doesn't have a real trend you can look at. So if you see it flashing, it's either because you have your time frame set too low, like for example if you set up your time frame to 1 minute, or it means that right now the market is really even and the US dollar is just about winning as much as it is losing across all the currency pairs. So it might be a good indication that we're about to take a direction. And that is about it for this indicator. So hopefully now you understand better how to use this and how it works. If you still have any questions, do not hesitate to send an email to support@ibfx.com. Thank you.